Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank my my colleague for the question and for her concern about immigration processing times. The IRCC looks at the processing times from the outset of when the application is actually filed, Madam Speaker, and it's important to track that because this is something that has been identified by the Minister as a serious issue that he is devoting his priorities and his time to addressing. He's described this in this House in the original response to my friend's question a few months back as a quote-unquote mess that was left as the legacy of the previous government because they basically depleted the resources from the department, allowing waiting times to mushroom and balloon such that we are now in a situation where they have ballooned to the point where families are being unjustly treated. What we are trying to do is bring down those waiting times, and we're doing that in a number of respects, Madam Speaker. In the first instance, we have a government that has tabled our immigration levels, and what we are doing is we are responding to the levels by beefing up the number of family class applicants that can come in. So it used to be at a 5,000 applicant level, and we've increased that to 10,000 applicants per year. And that's particularly for parents and grandparents. And it goes to some of the concerns that have been expressed by the opposition critic for the NDP because it relates to the need to address family reunification as an important priority. And what we're doing in that regard is that we understand that families need to be reunified because it's morally correct, but also because it's an economic imperative, Madam Speaker. And that's why we've committed to what we made that commitment during the campaign, and we've upheld that commitment already. And we realize that people who come in as part of the family reunification category, Madam Speaker, represent both caregivers to children that might exist in those families, and they also represent a means of economic liberation for other people that are within those families. So in providing care, a grandparent allows the mother or father in a family unit to, for example, seek work on their own. We also recognize that people who come in under family reunification and come in quickly are able to participate in the workforce themselves. We recognize this as a government. Groups around the country, including people and agencies in the member opposite's riding in Vancouver East recognize this. People in my riding of Parkdale High Park recognize this, Madam Speaker. So people like Polycultural Immigrant and Community Services, people like Kaba Bayan Multicultural Services, people like the Canadian-Ukrainian Immigrant Society on Bloor West are all working hard to get people here quicker in terms of family reunification and to integrate them once they've arrived. It's a very, very important objective. On another front, Madam Speaker, we are addressing the need for family reunification and the processing times by addressing the need for further work permits. So open work permits, there's been a pilot project that's been in place to allow open work permits for all eligible applicants under the spousal category. We've renewed that pilot project. Again, recognizing that not only do we need spouses to be here, but we need to give them a vehicle for working. The last point, Madam Chair, is that we are also working on citizenship applications and the processing times that relate thereto. We are committing to new applications, and new applications currently are being processed within a 12-month time frame. And that's because our view of citizenship is that it should be facilitated rather than creating obstacles towards citizenship. It's a complete divergence of views from the previous government because we believe the ultimate integration and success of a newcomer, including the family members of that newcomer, is signaled by their attainment of citizenship. It produces better economic outcomes, better health outcomes. It's better for the newcomers, and it's better for Canada. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.